7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time to start the stream.
Welcome to RuneFest 2014.
Shall I do it?
Do it. Good morning, Gillingham!
Woo!
We
Yes!
started. We have started. I'm Matt Liller. This is Darren Jeffries, and we are, of course, joined by Mod Elfborn.
Hello,
Clap him in, everyone.
hello.
Clap in, Mod Elfborn.
Woo!
RuneFest.
So we're here at Tobacco Dock, London, otherwise known as Elf City, of course, and I'm being told the doors have opened. I think we've begun.
Are we inside? Are people coming in?
People are trickling in,
People are slowly coming through.
admiring their bags
In
and their
respectful,
t-shirts.
elfful manner.
Exactly,
Yes.
floating gracefully
Yeah.
in.
Of course,
Perfect.
RuneFest 2014 is happening. There is so much going on. It's very, very exciting.
We're live on Twitch all day. Obviously, you're watching us on Twitch, but there's a second stream as well, full of all the gaming stuff that's going on today. That's twitch.tv/RuneFest Gaming.
We're going to be showing sessions on the main stage too. The main stage is brilliant today. There's so much going on. We've got old school RuneScape, fans of old school obviously. We've got a brand new game reveal, which is really exciting.
I had a sneaky peek yesterday, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to love it.
We've got the big questions, of course. We've got the future of RuneScape 2015, and of course we've got the golden gnomes as well.
On this stage here today, we're going to be talking to everyone who's everyone in RuneFest. We've got Mod Pips, Mod Mark, Mod That Jim, Mod Matt K, Mod Chris L, Mod Jane, Mod Anna, Mod Matt, Mod Osborne, and
Basically
more.
all the mods.
Yeah,
we've got all the
mods
mods.
are coming here, and there's loads more going on today. We've got cosplay, we've got live music, we've got flying cameras. Alan's challenge is back.
Yeah.
No word on you if he's eating fish yet this year. Not sure.
I've heard rumours of the challenge. It's pretty intense.
Right.
Will he survive? Who knows? Who knows? We also want you to get involved though, so please do tweet us. #RuneFest. We want to hear your questions that we're going to be putting to our guests all day long, so do tweet us. That'd
Don't
be
forget
fantastic.
Facebook as well. It's Facebook/RuneScape. Get on there, send your questions in, leave your comments. We want this to be social. If you can't get here today, join in digitally. Join in that way.
Do it. So, of course, as we've already mentioned, this is Elf City, and who better to talk us through Elf City than Mod Elfborn? You must feel right at home.
I really do. I'm kind of camouflaged against trees occasionally
Yeah, it's hard
and
to
jumping
see.
out and scaring people.
Yeah. So how does it feel to see RuneScape 2014 actually happening?
Yeah, it's, the whole RuneFest thing. We've been working so hard on it, like, you know, so many months, and to see everybody here and their cosplay as well. There's some cracking cosplay going on, and everything looking beautiful. I mean, it's gone full Elf City.
Mod Elfborn as well. This is Mod Elfborn's first
It
RuneFest,
is,
isn't it?
Yeah, he only came into being. I only came into being. Sorry, I talk in third person because I'm cool like that.
It's fine.
In the
People
past
get
few
confusing.
months, you know. Yeah, exactly. I was born a few months ago. So, you know, I'm enjoying this. It's a great world. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, and you mentioned cosplay before. I'd love to know what you think of our elf costumes.
Yeah. Do you mind if I kind of go through it bit by
Yeah,
bit?
yeah, let's do a
So,
fashion fix. Tell us what we got right, what we got
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
Should we stand?
So-
Stand up, yeah.
So, of course,
So, admittedly, in terms of the hair, it's not
elves-
traditional elf fair, I must admit.
Yeah, to have a skinhead.
That's
elves don't tend to have skinheads, do they?
not exactly, not often. But the
glass-
Ray-Bans, they're traditionally. Oh, sorry, the glasses.
Yeah, I mean, are they elf fair?
Not really,
typically, no.
not typically so.
They should be
They
made
do-
out of sticks,
They
shouldn't
should sticks and maybe a bit of crystal.
Yeah.
That might hurt the eye. I mean, I can imagine the light coming in and then kind of burning the retinas.
That wouldn't be good.
That wouldn't be great.
No.
If it was like some sort of sapphire glass, though, maybe it could like filter out evil energy or something.
That's yeah.
Well, I like your thinking.
Yeah.
Do I look really uncomfortable by it? You do. Try not to sort of like get
Should we
eaten
do
by
this?
the tree.
What
So
do you
I'm just
think?
sort of like,
I feel like it would make you feel
I'm
more
trying to
comfortable.
style it out, but I don't know if it's working. It's really casual, you know.
It's
Yeah.
what elves do. You're
Yeah,
kind
of
being
course.
your method.
That's how we stand.
But this, I mean, the tunic. This is great.
Ignore the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jeans. They're nice jeans.
They were,
Give them that.
expensive jeans.
Yeah, they were. Exactly.
Top health.
And then, of
And
course,
then-
they're slightly...
Yeah, well, I can't really talk, but
Yeah, they're all right. They're
It's
leather.
a casual elf.
They're
It's
leather.
for elf that has a day off.
Yeah.
He's not doing crystal singing today.
Yeah.
He's going to kick back and sit in the Elf City for a while.
Okay, I'm going to sit back in the chair because I feel really uncomfortable.
I've
Matt, what do we think?
gone Dapper Elf.
Yeah, so if we work up, you've got Doc Elf.
Doc Elf.
Moving up into the jeans, which is obviously in the new elf fashion, it seems.
Yeah.
This is great. What's this, kind of a tabard or something?
It is very. It smells like an old tent.
Yeah, exactly. Military buttons, interesting.
Yeah.
What's cool is if we have a look at these, I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, they look like Zaros symbols.
Yeah.
So Zaros is one of our more kind of evil, nefarious gods. So you're an evil elf, you're a dark elf.
I am a dark elf. I've always been a dark elf. And it
Yeah.
took me a long time to admit that I was a dark elf. But now I have. I'm happy.
And you go to dark elf meetings now.
Yeah. You know, I've got magical ferns behind these. I've just laid them down with some quicksilver, and so these are all magical and all cool.
Yeah.
Can you explain the headband?
Yeah. Is this the right way up?
I'm unconvinced, but I think it looks good anyway.
I'm not sure if there's a girl way and a boy way. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right one.
It accentuates the face, don't worry.
And I've got my utility belt as well.
Yeah.
I'm slightly Batman. And in here are some nuts.
What elf ball? Marks out of 10.
grazing.
Marks out of 10. What do you think?
I'm going for a 7 and a 6.
Oh, it was
I'm
the glasses,
sorry,
wasn't
it did let you down. I'm afraid.
Okay, fair enough.
The
Fair
whole
enough.
face let you down.
So, what's been your involvement in RuneFest?
I'm going to be live streaming. I'm also going to be hosting the Golden Gnomes. Can't beat the Golden Gnomes. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's handing it out for cosplay. Got new kind of Twitch categories as well, video categories, cosplay as well. Okay. I'm going to be doing a lore Meet the Makers, talking everybody through the story of RuneScape.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be the big questions where people ask the most awkward questions they possibly can and make us sweat.
And you mentioned the lore of RuneScape. It's been your job really to grow that lore, hasn't it, and expand on it. How's that going?
It's going great. I mean, if you can imagine, the game has been here for 12, 13 years. And then stories keep on getting added to it, and trying to make sure it all fits and is consistent is pretty difficult. Lots of spinning plates.
Is there a RuneScape Bible?
There is. It's electronic, unfortunately. I can't hit somebody around the head with it. It's a bit of a shame. It's not a doorstop or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's online. It's in our computers.
Yeah.
And we keep adding to that. That's organic. It's growing. Occasionally we change things and see if anybody notices.
Oh, just slight tweaks.
Just slightly, exactly. Just see if people are paying attention.
Yeah, just move the walls around a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Perfectly acceptable.
Most looking forward to today here at RuneFest 2014?
I'm really interested in the cosplay parade. It's the first time we've done it. Seeing if people can actually move in their costumes.
Yeah, there's always one that's maybe a little bit too big and it's very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. If they could do a proper can all the way through our...
That would be nice,
Yes, exactly. See if they can get the lift on the legs.
It was quite interesting at breakfast. We nipped down and there were like body parts everywhere. And it looked like, oh, what's going on? Oh, it's the cosplay room.
You've got it. We've got some good costumes here as well. I mean, obviously I was born like this.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You will see Mod Mark walking around in a beautiful Zaros costume.
We've not seen that yet.
Yeah, see if you can pick him out.
We'll try and get him in the studio. We're going to try and get some cosplayers in here too, aren't we?
We want everyone in here, really. We just really want to get RuneFest 2014 in this studio.
This is the beating heart of RuneFest 2014.
Yes.
We hope.
Yeah,
we hope. Anyway, that's the plan. That's the plan.
And also, there's another guy walking around who looks a lot like you, but it isn't you.
Yeah, he's dressed a lot more sort of like sensibly.
I imagine he looks like me, but he's slightly more unattractive, I guess. He's got that hint of,
humanism.
Quite aggressive, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's sometimes pretending to be me, so do look out for that.
Right,
He's a bit of an imposter.
If we see him, what do we do?
That? Like in the bank and stuff. How does that work?
I just don't understand. I really don't know how he's got in. So if you see him, do ship him out.
Just call security, get him kicked out.
Manhandle him out in the most aggressive manner possible.
Okay, sounds fine.
So as we said, loads going on today. We've got all sorts happening in this studio. Music, flying cameras, we've got the cosplay guys coming in. We are going to have live music in here later as well, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I've got an idea actually. Why don't we roll a VT that's kind of like a timetable of everything that is going on today?
That would do exactly what I was about to do,
That's
but
a great
in
idea.
a much better way.
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Let's have it.
Coming up today from the main stage. At 11, the old school RuneScape team talk polls, new continents, and corporeal beasts. From 1 till 2, we have a world exclusive brand new game reveal. Ooh! At 3, we look into the future and what's to come in 2015. Between 4 and 5, J-Mods answer all your big questions. And from 5 p.m, the Golden Gnome Awards commence.
Welcome back to the stream here at RuneFest 2014. We're joined by some mods now in the studio who are going to be trying something that's never been done before.
Let's introduce you. We've got Mod Chris L, Mod Pie, Mod Ramen, Mod Ollie, and Mod Days. So, guys, care to explain what's going on today with you? You're just opposite us, aren't you? You're just in the room.
You're
just
our
over
neighbours.
There. Yeah,
hey,
we're neighbours.
Hey, neighbours.
Yeah, because you've got quite a challenge ahead.
We certainly have.
Care to explain?
Well, the basic idea is we've got 3 computers that now work, which is a benefit.
Mic up.
Mic up. We've got 3 computers that now work. That was the last 2 hours of this morning, wasn't it, getting them working. We're going to get players in, and we're going to make a boss live. They're going to take their suggestions, get like a show of hands for what they want to do, mechanics and how it looks and what it is, and then we're going to code it up, and then hopefully they'll be able to play it on our computers at the end of the day.
So you've got essentially a day to build a RuneScape boss.
Yeah, that's it.
You all look quite scared.
Well, we've been getting the computers
Everything
working.
just got working literally 3 minutes ago. So
Right.
So you've not even had time to get anything done this morning. This is completely from scratch. Are you approaching this with any ideas? Have you had sort of preliminary chats between yourselves?
Yeah, well, so we've got our own ideas, but we want the players to come in and tell us pretty much what they want to see. So the main challenge is that we can't really have anything prepared. All the mechanics can be suggested by them, and then we've just got to do it on the fly as we go.
Right, so it's kind of going to be a shared effort between yourselves and everybody here at RuneScape 2014.
Yeah.
So anyone can just walk in and help you guys out, make suggestions.
Yep, anyone can walk in. Just come in, say hello, and give your idea.
Can I ask, have you attempted this like in a dummy run before? Or has this been...
Yeah, we did it 2 weeks ago in the office, and we had other mods come up and just suggest the most random ideas, and we pulled that off. We had a boss that deployed sheep that hooed out rainbows, and you couldn't stand in the rainbows to make that took damage. So that was a bit of a nightmare, but we got it working. So that's
Sorry,
what we're
say
here
that
to-
again.
Yeah, no, let's just process that
Someone
one
suggested
more time.
a boss that poos out sheep. The sheep track the players, and as the sheep move, they poo out rainbows. And if you stand in the rainbows, you take damage. And we got that working. That was pie, wasn't it?
Quite fun.
So anything goes, really. I mean,
Give or
the
take.
world of RuneScape is your oyster.
And it's not just people who are here today at RuneFest 2014. You want people to tweet in suggestions as well using the hashtag RuneFest.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
good.
You want everyone getting involved from all over the world.
Yeah, tweet at us, like JagXPie or at Chris L.
Right, and it's hashtag RuneFest, so if you've got any suggestions for the boss creators here, please do let us know. Is there anything in particular you need a little bit of help on? I mean, are you struggling with a name? Are you struggling with...
Well, the first thing we're going to decide is what kind of boss it's going to be. So what are the options? We've got dwarf, demon, troll, human. Yeah, so the first thing we're going to vote on is what one of those is actually going to be.
Right.
And then, like, as suggestions come in, we'll sort of take them, and we might put a few of the best ones together and then get people here to actually vote on what one they want us to put in. So yeah, we'll take a good selection of them.
Well, that could be a great start, couldn't it?
Yeah, if you're watching the stream, maybe get tweeting now, vote for what you want. What do you want? Is it whether it's a dwarf, troll, elf, human, or demon?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Something else if we find the assets.
So it's hashtag RuneScape. Do let us know. These guys kind of need your help in a way. don't
Hashtag
they?
RuneFest.
RuneFest, sorry, yeah, RuneFest 2014.
It's on the screen.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're building it here today. Now, there's rules and regulations. It won't be going into the game world today, but it's playable here today as an exclusive. You're hoping by the end of RuneFest 2014 to have people in there fighting this boss.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
it's the plan.
What will happen? What actually will happen, though?
20 minutes ago, we were considering coding it in
Sorry, go and grab your
Right.
mic.
20 minutes ago, we were going to code this in Notepad. That's where we were, like the most basic tool. And now we've got our actual tool, so hopefully it's going to work. The plan is coming together.
You seem nervous. Did you get any sleep last night? Were you...
No. Yeah, we were at the pre-party with all the players. That was a good one.
Well, the plan is we're going to check in on you twice more
Yep.
today.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to come and join you later this afternoon, and then of course at the end of the day we get the big reveal. Please have a boss waiting for us by the end of the day.
I think this is really exciting because it's quite nice. This is going to be content that's created here that will eventually, I'm told, go into, at some stage, the game world. Is that right? Is it going to go into the game world?
Yeah, hopefully. I think what we might do is we might take it back to the office, give it a bit of polish, make it look a lot nicer. But yeah, that's the plan. It's like a boss made by players, for players at RuneFest. So it's like the ultimate community-made boss.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
And this could maybe run and run. Build a boss could be something that we roll out at other, RuneScape events, or we could do this every year. Are we going to do this every year? Is this going to be a thing we do?
We'll start with the first year and then.
This year, build a boss. Next year, build a city.
Yeah, I think
He's gone. He's gone.
maybe we'll let some other people do that. We'll just take next year off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to need to sleep after today, I think. Most definitely. And of course, anyone who's in the festival too can pop in and check out what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Do you just want suggestions, or you after people for coding as well? I mean, that might help, right?
We've got some coders. They can double check our code, make sure it's
Cool.
It's all up to scratch.
Right, well, I'm looking forward to popping in later today, actually. Should be really cool.
Yes, guys. Well, obviously, as we said, RuneFest 2014 is coming to you from Tobacco Dock / Elf City. Shall we have a look at Elf City?
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's do a tour.
Priffinas, lost city of the elves. At last regrown and its families once again at peace. Worthy outsiders have been granted access to the elves' sacred home. The Tower of Voices stands in the center of the city, a hub from which all of the elven clans can be reached. The tower itself houses a branch of the Grand Exchange, a crystal tree patch, and a shattered heart statue. But this is only a hint of what it has to offer. Beyond the tower, in the IORWERTH clan, the Death Guard. These ferocious warriors are experts in combat, and their Slayer Master can teach you much. Those few who best an IORWERTH warrior will be rewarded. Crystal weapons are just an example of the spoils available. Under the city, a game awaits. In a gladiatorial arena named Rush of Blood, you'll take on wave after wave of the world's toughest monsters. But none are as celebrated as those who complete the Hall of Fame. This pits you against 10 bosses while crippled by the negative effects of dark crystals. Next are the Traherne. Industrious and strong, they have long mastered the art of pick and forge. Here, you'll find boulders ranging from coal to runite. Harmonized rocks tempt you from your mining with the offer of ore that never depletes. Gem rocks twinkle with jewels that attract miners and summoners alike. The Traherne also guard the Seren stones. Remove the corruption that envelops them and become more experienced without filling your inventory. Neighbors to the Traherne are the Kadan. Renowned for their skill at both magic and ranged, they are the most trusted advisors of Seren. You can visit the Battle Staff shop here, or recharge your Dragonstone jewelry. But all pales in comparison to the Max Guild. This is the most prestigious part of the city. Even its gardens are exclusive to those with 99 in a skill or a quest cape. In this garden is access to a portal that leads to far-flung skilling areas. Master every skill, and the Max Guild's doors will open. Great treasures reside here, a crystal acorn, a portal that leads to various bosses, and the majestic completionist throne. Finally, we come to the CRWYS, at one with the world and cultivating the life force that flows through every living thing. They are masters in the art of farming and woodcutting. Magnificent trees grow from the crater below to the CRWYS platforms. Never have so many rare trees been so widely available. Heroes have spent the summer collecting elder tree seeds, and with the arrival of the city, they will be able to grow one for themselves. This will be just one of 5 new patches for farmers to tend. Priffinas has regrown, and it's a home for more than just the elves. This city is yours. It is for you to meet with friends, to take on new challenges, and completely change the way you train. This is your home, and it will grow even larger in November as the final 4 families return to the lost city of the Elves.
For Thinis looking gorgeous there. Elf City is finally here. It's really exciting.
Half of Elf City is finally here.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And if we want to find out where the other half is, I suppose we've got the guys with us who have got the know.
Yeah, joining us now we have Mod Pips and Mod Mark. Clap these guys
Clap
in.
them in. Come on through. Better. You weren't clapping earlier. Now you are.
I'll actually go on at the end. Go on.
Go on.
Yeah.
Ask them some questions, and we will. We will.
Welcome to the set.
Thank
What
you.
do you think? It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
It does. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
very
We
fitting.
ripped this tree out of an East London park
Right.
with one hand.
Yeah.
Right. Which
99 strength.
Which London park were you hanging around? Sorry?
We don't want to say, but we are
Right.
going to put it back.
Yeah,
we
it
will
does
put it
go
back.
back, yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep the fairy lights, they're ours, but the tree will go back, of course.
Cool.
Yes.
So we just obviously saw the Elf City trailer there. How big an effect has Elf City had on RuneScape for you guys?
I think it's massive. We've had, well, it's been 10 years building up to it. Massive line of quests and stories, finally, with a massive reward and payoff and conclusion.
Yeah, it's such an exciting thing for us because we've been dreaming about an Elf City for like 10 years really, even longer really, and there's been a gap on the map for such a long time, so actually filling that space with some significantly awesome content has been, well, yeah, it's a dream. It's a dream, and we've made that dream a reality, and it's great.
Percentage-wise, like how much did it increase what was going on for you guys, like behind the scenes when that dropped, when that content launched? Was it just like, oh, we can't go home now? That's it. We have got to stay and make sure this works.
It was a pretty smooth launch actually, but we've been working on it since the beginning of the year. Probably one of the best things is that the players voted it in. So it's not just that we've had it burning in our hearts to do for a while, but the players wanted it even more. So like most of the year's been spent working on it. It was a pretty smooth launch. So like, yeah, we launched it and we were playing it as well. So it was really nice.
Well, that's what I find really exciting, the fact that for 10 years you had this wall and nobody really knew what was on the other side of it.
Apart from him.
And now, but now the fans get to see it, which is really exciting. Have the players taken to Elf City how you expected them to, now that you've seen it in full operation, as it were?
So I was talking to a lot of the players last night at the kind of pre-event party that we had, and a lot of them high-level players were saying to me that it's like a new home for them. It's everything that they want there. They're spending a lot of time there. And when we designed the city, we wanted it to be like a hub for all of our high-level players, and for it to be truly aspirational content. So, you know, people really thought, oh, I really want to get my levels up and complete all the quests so I can, you know, get there. So
yeah, because
it's delivered exactly what we wanted. The exciting thing for us is, because we're releasing it in 2 parts, it gives us the ability for players to give us feedback on what we've done with the first part, so we can, you know, make sure we get everything exactly right for the second part. And even though the players have been working with us on the design documents and talking to us on the forums, it's a completely different feel when you actually walk around the place yourself.
Yeah. What's your favourite bit of Elf City?
From a personal perspective, probably the mining elements of it, the Seren stones. It was something we wanted for a long time, really. A slightly more relaxed way of using your or leveling up your mining skills in the game. Yeah. And actually the Slayer stuff that's there as well is pretty damn cool.
Sure. And as you said, there's a certain requirement to get into Elf City.
Yeah.
Anyone can't just wander in. You have to work for it, don't you?
Oh yes, yeah. So the quest that we released to get access to the city, it's like 20 skills at level 75 or 15 skills, something like that. It was mental, so yeah, it's...
I like that though, you know, you want to go into Elf City, you've got to work for it.
Exclusive club, right?
Yeah,
if your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Exactly.
It's not like Leeds, you can't just walk in.
No, it's not like Leeds at all.
Let's bring it back to where we are today, RuneScape, RuneFest 2014. We're back at the Tobacco Dock in London. Why did you decide this was the right place to come back to?
I think it went really well last year. The venue is fantastic. Like, it's quite industrial upstairs with lots of glass rooms. We can have people looking into our streaming room here, and it feels quite open. And then downstairs it's a dark dungeon with lots of little rooms, and we can have lots of different events, from people playing like real life mini games or doing our Meet the Maker panels. There's lots of little compartments, so we can do tons of different stuff, and it all works next to each other.
Talking about those little mini games downstairs, I spent a good hour yesterday firing Nerf darts at camps.
I did that this morning, yeah.
It's hard. Really
I was that close, that close.
Yeah.
Didn't get my skill chip though.
Yeah, because everyone, you get those skill chips, and you can get a Seren chip as well.
Yeah, everyone is trying to collect the whole set, really. It's a real collector vibe in RuneScape, so it was important that we had that here as well.
It's here in abundance.
Yeah, because so much work has gone into RuneFest. You guys have been here almost all week setting this up, obviously planning for it even longer than that.
Yeah.
Why is RuneFest so important to you?
We've got to celebrate the community and allow like our most dedicated players somewhere to come in, talk with each other, talk with us, and like really express their love for the game and for the community. It's about celebrating RuneScape, I think.
Yeah. It's an important thing for the company as well. Like, we get such a buzz out of meeting with our players. So it's great to bring them together, but it's a real opportunity for us to, you know, shake our players by the hand, and like, it's a really positive impact on everything that we do throughout the year. And like, it's amazing when you get back to the office on Monday and there's this real buzz. Like, everyone's really excited because you can picture the faces of the people that you make the game for, and that makes you work that little bit harder.
It's very true, yeah, because I would imagine when you're in the offices working away, it's very easy to forget the final result, which is people loving the game and really enjoying it. And like you said, it's such a positive atmosphere here at RuneFest as well. I mean, people are really excited to be here. You must get some great feedback for the game as well, face-to-face feedback.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Our players aren't shy in telling us what they think, but that's great. That's really great.
That's what you want to hear.
How much of what happens today at RuneFest makes its way into the game? Surely you must have people coming to you saying, oh, by the way, I've noticed this. And then you can take that back, as you said earlier, on Monday and go, guys, someone said something to me on Saturday. I mean, is that a regular occurrence?
So I walk around with a notepad and people talk to me and they give us ideas and we scribble it down and we go back to the office, we think about what works, what doesn't work.
I've had about 4 ninja requests already. That's our team that does the little improvements. Like, everyone's got tons of those ideas they want to share with us.
Got to get a ninja in there.
Yeah, put it into the phone, do it on Monday.
Yeah, the ninja team is like built really to be able to fulfill those kind of requests. Those we like to call them sort of quality of life improvements, where people like those little niggles that really upset people, that they think are very personal to them, but there's probably thousands of people that feel the same thing. And so if we can go in there and make those changes and make everyone feel happy and feel like they're genuinely contributing to the product, then that's fantastic.
Sure. I mean, a good example of that is the Build a Boss room, which is just opposite. We were chatting to the mods before about that. That's a great example of what can come out of the other side of RuneFest, isn't it? An actual boss that hopefully will end up in the game.
And we did it actually a few years ago with this boss called Sunfreaks, which is a cunning anagram of RuneFest, where they sort of came up with ideas, but that was much more kind of vocal exchanges, and we had an artist that was drawing models at the same time. But actually here today they're actually working on the code, and we're actually hoping that we'll have a prototype, a kind of working boss by the end of it, and that will be the building blocks, the foundations of potentially releasing something into the game.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to today here at RuneFest? Is it the Golden Gnomes? Are you going to be getting involved in the Nerf guns? You know, what's the big thing for you today?
We've got a few really big main stage presentations. Got yours?
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest one, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, we wanted to ask about that actually. Is there any way we can squeeze some info out of you on the big announcement? Is there anything you can give us? Anything you can give the people watching the live stream?
I could. What can I tell you? So we're going to talk for the first time about our 200th quest later on. So that is the 200th quest that we've released into RuneScape. That's a really important thing for us, and it's the first real time we're going to talk about it to the wider community. So that's quite exciting. I'm going to be announcing the launch date of Iron Man, which is the thing that we've been talking about for a while.
Crazy difficult.
Yeah, proper hardcore RuneScape.
So many people last night were asking me about that.
Yeah, so I'll be announcing the date of that.
Give us a little taste, the top right-hand corner of the page of Iron Man. Just give us a little bit of seasoning.
Well, when it's coming out?
Just what it'll involve, what we're going to be doing.
Oh, it's about playing RuneScape from scratch, totally self-sufficiently. It's weird because RuneScape is a massively multiplayer game, right? But this is playing alongside everyone, but totally without their help. So it's very challenging. And then in the main game, there's a hardcore mode. You only have one life, permadeath if you die. And in old school, their equivalent is Ultimate Iron Man. you can't use your bank, and if you die, you lose everything. Both of them ridiculously hard in each of their different ways.
And people playing Iron Man will be visible to other players within the world as well, won't they?
Yeah, well, they get their own chat badge, they get their own title. In old school, they have their own outfit. So we kind of, if they get really high level, I think they should be like little celebrities.
Yeah,
because it's going to be super difficult.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a big buzz about Iron Man here at RuneFest as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone's really looking forward to it, really excited.
Super careful as well, I would imagine, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to stand anywhere, would you? Like,
no. So obviously you've given us a few little sneak peeks there, and we've got our new product that's coming as well. A lot of buzz about it. It's in a room over there, completely shrouded with black curtains. No one can see into it until
secret until
it's announced.
Until we announce at 1.
Just for our streamers, give us a little hint, a little something.
The tiniest of tiniest hints.
No, we're keeping our cards close to our chest, aren't we?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a slight idea. We're not going to ruin it for anyone, obviously. But what we can say is that it's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's all. We're not going to get into it.
No,
sorry.
Completely. You've not given us anything there, have you? Now we have got some competitions running today. We've got some God Swords to give away. Here they are. I'll grab the God Swords.
God Swords! Look at that.
Yeah, good sir. A God Sword for you. And a God Sword for you.
Thank you, sir.
You've cut my arm. There you go. And we're going to be giving those away.
Yes.
And if anyone watching the stream wants to win one of these God Swords, there are 4 God Swords we're giving away today. This is the first 2. You have to take what we're calling a stream selfie.
Get it?
So it's a selfie of you watching the stream, I think.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I think you'll get bonus points for maybe involving props. Some elfies wouldn't go amiss.
I want to say, actually, I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, Darren's elfies were described on the packet as
horribly realistic. I've got the pack here, conveniently. Yeah, look, it says horribly realistic on the pack. Would you say these were horribly realistic or just realistic?
Horribly something.
Well, I might say realistically horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, realistically horrible, I'll have that. Thank you. So yeah, if you can involve props in your stream selfie, that'd be great. So all you've got to do is tweet us, #RuneFest, #StreamSelfie.
That's it.
And we'll pick our favourite one, and you will win yourself a God Sword. And we've got 5 to give away, is that right?
We've got 4. I think we're going to give away 2 at the moment.
Weighty.
You've got your, why don't you stick your Zaros hat on and wheel?
Well, look, these God Swords are awesome.
Yeah.
They've been in the game for such a long time, they've got a really kind of iconic spot in our game. And whilst there are kind of swords that might be slightly higher level these days, they really mean quite a lot to the players.
Yeah.
And to us, actually. So I had a few made last year, and there were lots of sort of jealous faces as I kind of walked around showing off with them, basically. So we wanted to get some made this year so we could, give them away and share the love, right?
These are limited editions then?
That's right.
All custom made.
Yeah, all custom made by a good old friend of mine, which is great.
Beautiful.
Quite weighty. It does feel like it could hurt.
May I?
Swing your God Sword.
I don't even want to touch the blade. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I must say, looking at these up close, they are amazing. You've got leather on the handle. They are hefty, really heavy.
Yep.
They'd look great, wouldn't they, on somebody's wall? They look amazing.
Yeah.
Really,
like
really
in your
nice.
umbrella stand, just if you're going out for the day.
Yeah, sure. I love how the music's kicked in as I'm holding it. I feel at one with the sword.
What are you thinking now? What are you thinking right now?
Sorry, I went somewhere. I went somewhere then. I don't know where I went.
Yeah.
I thought you were being called to battle then.
Yeah,
he looked like
it's happening again. It's happening again.
He's on the plane of battle.
Stop listening to the voices, man.
The first flurry of arrows have just flown over, landing in the dirt. Avoid those arrows, Darren. Avoid them. Oh. Someone's just thrown a fireball at you. Oh no, look at his face. That can be you if you tweet in your stream selfie. It's #StreamSelfie, #RuneFest. And yeah, take a picture of you watching the stream here, or watching the stream at home, and get it sent in. But like we said, why not pimp it? Get some props involved.
I think the more inventive you can make your stream selfie, the better. As we've said, we've only got 4 of these bad boys to give away. very limited edition, and I think the response is going to be huge. So, there's going to be a lot of competition to try and make it interesting.
Mod Pips, Mod Mark, we're going to be joining you later, I think, on the main stage.
Oh,
You've
yes.
got very busy days, so thanks for sparing the time to come in and see us.
No worries.
Welcome.
One thing I wanted to ask, though, is obviously you're fully aware of Challenge Alan. Alan's challenges that have taken place.
Oh my God, yes.
Mod Cambo.
Yes.
Of course, they've been unbelievable. When I meet Alan, I am going to shake his hand.
He's a brave man.
He's an absolute legend.
He is, yeah.
Completely. And of course, he's got a challenge that is happening here today. We're not going to say too much about it.
No.
For those that aren't in the know, here are Alan's previous challenges. Take a look.
Marvel, spectacle, idiocy. He devoured countless bananas, caught fish with his bare face, and ran the gauntlet of death. He ate, we waxed. He fought tooth and nail. He truly knows no shame. And now, he's live for your pleasure. Please welcome Alan for his RuneFest challenge. Happy birthday!
We're not worthy.
We are not worthy.
We are not worthy.
We are not worthy.
We are not worthy.
Can we have a round of applause for Alan, please? Just for being on the set.
the set.
Alan, what have you done?
Alan's just broke our...
Quick, that never happened.
How could you?
That never happened.
My mum was up all night making this.
That is actually what powers the stream.
There we go.
Right.
It's
No,
fixed.
it's all right. It's
It
okay.
never happened. It never happened.
It's all good.
We're back.
Breathe. Start again.
Right, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Round of applause too, by the
Round of
way.
applause. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
What's been your favourite challenge so far?
The bananas is probably the one people know the best.
Oh.
So that was the best. That was the best challenge for actually just breaking my spirit. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go with that one.
And actually, danger as well.
Yeah, well, I'm a man who likes to. I play with danger every day. It doesn't bother me. It's
Okay.
fine.
So how did this, for those that don't know, how did this start? How did Challenge Alan begin?
So we did Super September last year, which was an event so the players could take on an event every day and something in game. So one of them, for example, was eat 50 bananas, do this, do that, do the other. We had a big meeting and I said, I could do that. I could eat 50 bananas for real. And then that kind of went, oh, okay, then we'll tick that down. You can do that next week. So it was like, okay. And then it went, you know what, you can just do one every week throughout September. And then since then it's been, we need someone to eat some ghost chilies. We need someone to do this, that, and apparently I'm the biggest mug.
Yeah, well, you're the guy that just said yes to it, I'm assuming. And why?
I do like a challenge. It just seemed like a bit of fun, Gets you out of the office, doesn't it? Keeps things interesting.
Being physically sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a glutton for punishment, of
Pretty
course.
much, yep.
But then saying that, the last challenge as well raised so much money for special effects.
It did,
You
yeah.
got involved,
Yep.
and it was great.
Yep.
And I think we've got a challenge for you today. Are you aware of this, by the way?
I've heard there's probably going to be some kind of challenge going on, and
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere without getting one. So
Of course, there has to be a challenge.
has, yeah.
Before we explain what the challenge is, though, it is, of course, your birthday.
It is.
On
Yeah.
RuneFest 2014.
I know.
On the day of RuneFest.
I know. It's like I've got the biggest party with all these friends.
Right, well, I think we should we sing happy birthday to Alan? Yeah? Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Single
Beautiful.
So what have you got planned, Alan, for today? Apart from your challenges, how are you going to celebrate your birthday?
Challenges, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm hosting the quiz at 12 o'clock with Mod Maltaire, so that should be interesting, a bit of a Shooting Stars style quiz.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably going to run around, ask some questions to players, and then I'm probably going to have some beers.
Okay.
So, it's the way to...
And what do you get out of RuneFest personally?
It's just good to meet all the players, have a chat to everyone, get asked 7, 8, 9, 20 times if I want a banana. So, I don't have to bring food here. I just get supplied. I just get fed.
As you said it, my eyes flicked behind you to a desk and there's a man with a banana just waving it slowly.
Yeah.
Brilliant. There you go.
What I will do is set you your challenges.
Okay.
Let's go back to your old challenge. What's been your hardest challenge so far?
This
is going to be the hardest, clearly, isn't it?
Yes.
It's pretty full on. There's a lot to get in.
Yeah.
I'll let Matt explain.
You actually haven't got that long to do it as well. I'm
good.
sorry. Right, so where are we? Here we are. Oh, I can't find them. Where are the challenges?
So basically, today we've got challenges for everybody that's here at RuneFest. We have 8 altogether.
Okay.
And everyone who takes part and completes each challenge gets themselves a token that they can take to the bank.
Nice.
To get all 8 tokens, they can trade them in for a special prize.
For a Seren token.
Yeah.
So your first one is Amlod. Collect 8 JMod signatures.
Okay. Can I sign that myself as well?
You can. Here's your autograph book.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So you need 8 JMod signatures for that.
No pen.
Then
a pen would be handy.
A pen will be provided for you.
Yeah.
Kadan, have a little JMod target practice with a nerf.
There we go.
Oh, there's a pen. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Yep, you've got your nerf challenge down there.
Okay.
That's like target practice.
Nice. Target practice, essentially. How are you on target practice? Are you good?
Pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think I can hold my own.
Feeling confident so far then? So you've got to collect 8 mod signatures. Easy peasy, you work with those guys.
Yep.
Nerf target.
Yep.
Fine.
And CRWYS, it's Cabbage Face Punch Bonanza. In the corridors outside the Temple of the Lost Ancients.
Okay.
So you
don't really know what I've got to do for that.
I think
you
a bit of a wrestle.
throw a cabbage
at the gods.
Brilliant.
Very straightforward.
Nice, of course. Yep.
Heffin, show your elf balancing skills in the Nahel pit.
So are you familiar with that? Basically, you've got to balance.
Like the crane?
Yeah, you've got to, whatever your elf pose is, but you've got to hold it for a certain amount of time.
It kind of looks like a slab of ice and you just got to stand on it.
Yeah. I think it sounds easier than it actually is.
Yeah. I think there will be people sort of proking you and prodding you as well.
Of course. Yeah.
Taking a Raxor in the Zarasanctum maze. So
I saw that being set up.
That's kind of like,
So you've had a head start.
I saw some netting.
Yeah. It's like a giant web.
Not easy. I had to go with it. Not easy.
Fancy a spot of crafting in Ithel. Make a leather bracelet in the Elder Halls.
Oh, nice. That's your downtime. Before that, you've had a lot of crazy challenges. That's your chance to gather your thoughts, relax.
The Blue Peter moment, that is.
It's your Blue Peter moment. You can just work away.
Melia, find all the penguins and work out the anagram.
Of course.
You need a bit of brain work there.
Oh, that's the struggle.
It wouldn't be RuneFest without penguins.
And then your final one, try and search for gold in the Nihil pit.
Okay.
So that's like a big
how long have I
deep
got?
pit. You've got about half an hour.
Brilliant.
I mean,
that sounds completely doable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got an impossible amount of time to do it in. So,
brilliant.
How do you feel? You seem pretty confident.
I can do this. I've got this.
50 bananas.
I've got this.
You've ate fish, basically.
I stuck my fish with bait and fish, yeah, exactly.
You think you've got this nailed down?
I've got this. I'm worried about the penguin one, because, intelligence has not been involved in any of these challenges thus far.
Ah, okay. So, you're required to think.
Yeah, exactly. Like, stupidity is my forte.
Right, okay.
I think you'll be able to, you might be able to ask for some help with that one off some of the players who are here, maybe.
Nice, yeah.
But as you mentioned, though, you are hosting the quiz at 12.
Yeah, quiz at 12.
So you basically got between now and then to complete these challenges.
So I can run onto the quiz,
sweating,
looking knackered, brilliant.
Looking at it, I'd run now.
I'd go now.
Yeah, go now.
Start.
Okay.
Alan,
go.
Let's send Alan on his way. Go, Alan!
Go, Alan!
You can do this.
Go on, Alan!
Do it for RuneFest. He's off.
So,
He's gone.
Alan is gone.
Look
Don't forget, you can win one of our God Swords with our our stream selfie competition. That's going on all day. There are more God Swords to win later, but for now, it's take a picture of yourself watching the stream and hashtag stream selfie. Pimp it up, get some props in there, maybe dress up like we have, and you can take one of those home.
And the team's favourite will win a God Sword. We've got 4 to give away. So, as we've already discussed, there's so much going on in October when it comes to RuneScape. If you don't know, here's a little taster.
Ever wondered how fast you could progress through RuneScape without the help of anyone else? Iron Man is a brand new way of playing RuneScape, developed by you, but now with official support from Jagex. It's all about self-sufficiency, earning or making everything you use when playing the game. You can create a new account and set it to Iron Man mode, and off you go, fending for yourself and knowing that all of your achievements are your own. If you'd like an even greater challenge, our hardcore Iron Man mode features permadeath with 2 earnable lives, but after that it's game over. There are brand new high score tables to support each of the modes, so you'll be able to gloat about your extreme experiences to everyone. Since it's dark and mysterious outside, the ninjas have been especially busy preparing a suitably powerful update for you this month. Enjoy a new Divination D&D as voted by you in the polls, entering Guthix's hidden rune caches and gathering ancient memories of Guthix, used to improve your divination experience and divination-related activities. Mod Chris L and his familiars have been busy improving the way summoned creatures behave in the game, making them far more useful than ever before. Familiars will now get involved in combat straight away and keep fighting until you tell them otherwise. They will defend you if you come under attack but you're busy with other things. They can store their own scrolls and can even be told how frequently to use those scrolls with their special attacks. We've also improved the way charged summoning helmets work, updated the summoning side panel and added a Give All button to Beasts of Burden. That's just a few of the improvements included in the update that week, so make sure you try out all of the new benefits with your favourite summons once it's live. After a poll earlier in the year, you told us that ghosts and beasts needed better drops. Since the ghosts were getting so much love during this spooky month, it seemed an appropriately beastly time for the update to go live, or dead, depending on which way you look at it. All drop tables for ghosts and beasts have now been rebalanced to make them more interesting and valuable, and high-level Slayer targets have been particularly well treated, especially the legendary Dark Beasts. You'll even find new Ranger boots scattered across a range of those creatures, and perhaps some special new upgrades for some ghostly tools, but more on that later. We have a great new quest and a cracking new Halloween event for you to stick your fangs into. In the event, available to all players and with no requirements, you'll be called back to Death's house to help deal with a horde of evil, yet slightly disturbed ghosts who are causing Death all sorts of troubles. Help raise his spirits by strapping on a proto-pack, supercharge it with active ectoplasm, and track those pesky ghosts down before they scare you to death. Look out for J-mods using their powers to summon demons, turn you into ghosts, or even spook out Gillinor by morphing into furniture. Ha ha! Yeah, that's right. What could be spookier than furniture? All jokes aside, our Halloween quest is a far more serious and disturbing tale. Sometimes we like to make something a little different from the normal RuneScape fare, something a bit darker, designed to chill the warmest of hearts. Our quest this month will try to do just that. I'm loath to give you too much detail about the quest, but it's a novice level, members only, non-combat, puzzle solving, cerebral affair, with high level content hidden in its rewards. In fact, it's the first ever totally replayable quest, with growing difficulty as you try its more fiendish features. As well as XP, rewards include some pretty tasty rings that can help restore your special attack or your adrenaline levels. Solomon's been busy too, and he rolls out the new epic rest animations this month with cool world-draining animation effects, martial arts moves, and an impling dance. And we've a few Halloween-inspired features in Treasure Hunter 2. Until then, Wooter's out.
Welcome back to the stream. So much going on in October. That was an amazing look at all the work that goes on behind the scenes, I think, there.
Yeah.
We are joined by Mod Whalefish, Mod Steed, and Mod Joe. I don't like Stead. And Mod Joe. Guys, you're here. You've brought something very, very special with you today.
So special.
So special. It came in its own little box, and when you opened it, a light lit up, and then we took it out, and then we got it out.
Angels were singing. Yeah. A little bit of smoke over the side as well.
Yeah.
Bit of dry ice. It's pouring out of here. Do you want to explain exactly what it is?
Wow. So we've got the Elf City. Or part of the Elf City running on the Oculus, so running on virtual reality goggles downstairs.
Oculus Rift.
On the Oculus Rift.
At RuneFest 2014.
So we got that, and we're calling it, what's the gallery called now? It's got an official name now. The Monster Gallery. Yeah. So we've got kind of big high-res kind of sculpts and statues in like a virtual gallery with a little surprise at the end for those who give it a go.
So going back to the Oculus, people can have a go with the Oculus Rift here at RuneFest, and they can be in Elf City.
Oh yeah. There's elves walking around, there's like hummingbirds and butterflies all over the place. You've got huge buildings towering over you. It's amazing.
It's really epic.
It is amazing, yeah. And what's been the response so far? I mean, it's early. Is anybody managed to have a go yet? Or
We've had 3 people when I was down there like half an hour ago, and they seem to like it. So I think it's really nice because you're playing RuneScape and you get used to seeing these assets and you know, these characters and models and environments. But then when you're actually in there, standing next to it, it's very hard to describe. But because it's all in 3D, it's immersive. It really does feel like you've just been put into the game.
It feels big. It feels so big. You're up there just looking around. It's like being in New York. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a completely different perspective, isn't it? We're dying to come down and have a go. We're going to try and make some time, I think, later.
Yeah, I think there might be a little section later in the afternoon where there's no one sat on this couch. We'll be down there playing Oculus Rift. This is kind of Oculus is very quite young in its life. It's not released to the public yet. We hear a lot about Oculus when we're reading all the magazines and everything like that. So we've seen Oculus used in many, many different ways. But for you guys, with something like RuneScape, could this be the future of RuneScape? Could you see there being a third faction within RuneScape Oculus, like where we've got a new community beginning?
You never know. You know, but like I say, it's still quite young technology.
But I think part of why we've come here today is to sort of gauge what the players think, because if the players try it and they give us feedback saying, no, it's not the same, and they like kind of seeing the player from above, maybe it's something that we might abandon. But if we get the feedback that it's like, this is amazing, and if I can play the same game, and choose which mode I can play in, I think that's nice for us to know, because the players are our bosses. So if that's they will choose if this is the technology that they want us to adapt. Then maybe in the future, who knows what can happen.
And we love it. I was bouncing around the studio like on Friday, going, "This is amazing! Look, just come and look at this. Stick them on.
I want to live there. I want to live in it forever.
Never leave in the office again.
Stitch the Oculus to my face and leave it on." Well, I think what's really exciting about Oculus and RuneScape is the fact that RuneScape, compared to a lot of games out there, really takes time and makes the effort for different versions anyway. You've got old school RuneScape as it is. I can really imagine a world where another option would be Oculus, and if people want to invest in that, they can do. If they want to stick to the original RuneScape, they can as well. And I think that's quite exciting.
That'd be amazing.
Never
say never. Do it. Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you could potentially dip in and out of the two. I mean, if you could switch to Oculus maybe halfway through a quest or something like that, that'd be really exciting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm giving you all these ideas.
Right,
so you've already
let's go and do it then, yeah? We'll see you later, right?
Go for a coffee later. I was going to ask, so obviously the modding of RuneScape to make it more tangible, and what did you have to change? Were there things that you had to adjust? Obviously, there's the
It's funny
viewpoints
actually.
and things.
We took all of the assets that we built for the Elf City, and we took them into Max, and we converted them, and we build our levels like Lego in different kit pieces, and we reassembled it in Unity. And we actually found that we had to make the assets worse because there was just too much detail in them. And when you put all of the high resolution meshes next to each other and extend the draw distance so you could see the towers in the distance, there was just too many polygons. And so actually, my colleague Matt spent a lot of time going through and actually making the models worse. So there's simpler models when you're looking at the towers from the distance, and as you get closer, the resolution increases, so you can actually go inside the tower. The resolution gets better. So what you see is actually exactly the same assets that are in game.
And Matt, how easy was that to pull off? It sounds quite a daunting task.
No, I mean there was obviously a lot of models to get through, but the process is quite easy. It's just about knowing where to take the detail out, basically. But obviously you still want it to look as cool as possible as well.
Sure.
So yeah, it was just more of a time-consuming thing, but not really that difficult.
And obviously the camera's different as well because you've got your first person, so you're looking up. Normally when a model starts for looking up, because you're in a kind of third person, so it was
but I think
adding a bit of geometry to it, a bit of detail.
It's the simplest things that work really well. Like one of the first things we did, we put a hummingbird in with no animation, and there's this hummingbird floating in space, and it's like kind of broken, but you walk up to it and I'm like, oh my god, that hummingbird is actually there in 3D, and I can feel the beak in my eye.
You look an idiot. You see that guy doing that? What's he doing?
Ow!
Waving your arms around, just like trying to grab it in front of you.
I think the problem is with Oculus though, there's no way of looking cool while playing it.
No,
you'll always be like,
you feel cool. You're like, I'm in a 3D world, no biggie. You look very strange.
Very googly eyes on the front of it or something like that.
Just line it up a little bit.
What's been the most, obviously you've made it, you've modded it, you've coded it, you've put it into the Oculus. Games nowadays are about moments. What's been your favourite moment of having the Oculus on, going into the Elf City and walking around?
I'd say every time you go in, it's just, there's always something new to look at. And again, it's just the grand scale of it. You just can't believe it. Because we're so used to seeing these assets in RuneScape to then actually physically be able to look up. And obviously that's one of the things that you can't do in RuneScape is look up. So we had to that was another thing, we had to put ceilings in and things like that. Otherwise you just see through to the sky. Sure. But yeah, just total epicness.
My favourite one was getting to the top. This isn't actually playable now for the players, but in an early build you could get right to the top of this massive tower, Tower of Voices. And I just thought, what would happen if I was to just jump onto this balcony and then jump down? And you're basically falling like 500 feet. And it's such an incredible sensation because you're basically falling to your death. But you're fine. But that sensation of actually, you feel like you're falling.
Yeah, it's a bit like when you have a dream and it feels so real. Your brain's telling you that you are falling.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite dark, but, but quite interesting at the same time. Yeah.
I think for me it was like when we were talking about doing it, and we go, well, let's just give it a go. Let's get it in there. We've got an Oculus here. It was an old.
The DK1,
wasn't it? DK1, yeah. And we stick it in there. And we just give it a go. And even on the low res, we're going, yeah. This is going to work. This is going to be amazing. You know, let's get the DK2s and let's hammer this home. Yeah. And it's turned out so well. Absolutely beautiful.
And sorry, future plans. So this is obviously at the moment a project and you're working on it. But is this, you know, can we talk about a rollout? Are you going to be doing this?
What's the next step?
Maybe.
See what everyone thinks.
See what happens. Yeah,
get
really.
Some feedback and.
Well, you've not done it for this. This is. I think there's potential here. This could be, like I said, the third faction. You know, this could be.
I think what's exciting about Oculus is the fact that it is kind of like a bit of a new frontier, isn't it? No one really knows where they can take it. Obviously, we know it's an immersive world. It's 3D. That's great. But who knows, 5 years from now, we don't know what it's going to evolve into. Exactly. Yeah. Really exciting.
The first time we all shoved CDs in to play games, a big step. And this might be as big as that, you know.
Bigger, I think. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks very much.
We're aiming to get over there at some point today. We really want to have a go with it.
Yeah, you've got like crash barriers and stuff, haven't you? Because you think the queues are going to be that long, that's right?
Yeah. It's a 10, we'll give it a fast pass, all right? You'll be all right.
So where are you guys situated then? You're kind of this...
We're downstairs.
Downstairs.
In the Undercity. I think it's that side.
It's kind of, down there. We've got all the blue lights in it. You can't miss it.
Right, okay. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll get down there.
Wellfish, Steb, Joe, thanks for chatting to us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We're about to go over to the main stage. We've been talking a lot about the factions of RuneScape, and we're looking at the old school RuneScape. Those guys are on the main stage now. Giving us a bit of an insight into what's going on in the old school. Are they ready for us? Over on the main stage? Let's go.
Let's pop over.